Hey friends, it's Casey in the kitchen again today, and I am here to show you another fast, easy, and healthy recipe. So I hope you'll join me. If you are catching the replay, just type in replay in the comments and feel free to share this recipe with your friends. You can hit share down below and share with everybody you know. So today we are making chicken fried rice. Now, some of you might be thinking, how can that be healthy? Well, I'm going to show you exactly how I make this recipe for my family. A few changes, few shortcuts that I have made along the way. So I am starting off, I'm actually going to grill our chicken. I'm going to do that in our single burner grill pan here. Now I have this heating up with the press inside of it. So this is how I make my chicken really fast and easy. I can grill chicken in 6 minutes. So it's really fast. In fact, I doubled up tonight and I went ahead and grilled some chicken for our lunch tomorrow. We're gonna do some grilled wraps for lunch. And so I have already made one round of chicken, and because this grill pan cleans up so beautifully, I am ready to start our second round. So I've got our pan nice and hot here with a press down inside of it, and I have our chicken ready. So again, the way I prepare the chicken is I go ahead and throw it into a Ziploc bag here, and I add in a little bit of olive oil and my seasoning. Today I'm using the Asian seasoning, and about a tablespoon of that. And then what I do is I use a meat tenderizer on the flat side and I flatten the chicken out so that it is nice and even and it grills up exactly the same throughout. Hey guys, thanks for joining. If you're joining me live, type live in the comments. If you're catching the replay later, go ahead and type replay and feel free to share this with your friends. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the press out, and we are gonna go ahead and put our chicken down in the grill pan. So one mistake that a lot of people make with their cookware is cooking on too high of heat. Who's been guilty of that? I know I have been in the past. So we live in a super fast society, right? And we want everything done fast. So what I want you to remember is you're not doing yourself a service by cooking on too high of heat. A medium-high heat is really as hot as you want it. All right, so I put the chicken down in the grill pan with the press down on top of it. I'm gonna let that cook for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then I'm gonna flip it over. Again, I have olive oil and Asian seasoning on that. This is the Asian seasoning that I'm using for this recipe today. All right, so while my chicken is grilling, I'm gonna go ahead and start with my veggies that I'm gonna use for our chicken fried rice. So over here, in a 12-inch family size skillet, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on, again to a medium-high heat. Now both of these pans that I'm using today are non-stick. If you're not the greatest cook, non-stick might be a great solution for you. When I was brand new in this business, man, did I need non-stick cookware that was quality, because I could burn anything. So we've got the non-stick 12-inch skillet started here, and I'm gonna add in some garlic infused canola oil. Now you could just use regular olive oil or anything like that. I love this garlic infused oil because it adds another depth of flavor. Hey, thanks for joining everybody. Go ahead and type live in the comments below if you're joining me live, or type replay if you're catching this later, and feel free to share it with your friends. All right, so we're letting that heat up. And what we're gonna add to that is we're gonna start with some onions and garlic and fry those up. So I'm not adding a ton of fried parts to this recipe, but it's really simple and easy for you to make this for your family. Make it ahead of time. It's one of those go-to fast, easy meals. You can make just the fried rice. I like it with the chicken because it adds more protein to it, and I can make a whole meal out of it. You could also make the rice part with the veggies and then just serve the grilled chicken on the side. That would be another option. All right, so our oil's getting nice and hot in the bottom of our pan here, again on a medium-high heat. And we've got our chicken grilling here. In just a minute, we're gonna flip that over and grill on the other side of it. So to this one, we're gonna go ahead and add in the onion and garlic here in a minute. And I'm gonna press a couple more cloves of garlic right down into my onion so that it mixes really well and I don't burn the garlic. This is gonna come together really fast. Another tip for you would be you could grill the chicken ahead of time. You could grill it a day ahead and chop it up, and that would be really easy to do. And I'm also going to show you how I made my rice and how you can make that a day ahead. So I love adding fresh garlic to everything because it does really add so much flavor. All right, so we've got our onion and garlic all ready to go. We're going to start frying that down in our pan. Now, in order to fry something, you really don't have to add too much oil. Get a good quality oil, pick out what you want with it, and it's fast and easy to use. Who here loves fried rice? Would you get fried rice at a restaurant all the time? Do you love the flavor of it? Do you love eating it? Have you ever tried it? Type in the comments below, have you ever tried making fried rice at home? I want to hear your recipe too. Alright, so we've got those onions and garlic started. We're going to go ahead and flip over our chicken here. Oh, beautiful. So that's been cooking for about 3 minutes. Let me show you guys. Again, I'm going to make a mess on my floor. That's our grilled chicken in just 3 minutes. Now again, the key to that is to make sure your chicken is all flat and the same size. Because when it comes from the store, you know, one side of the chicken breast is this big and the other side is this small. So you want to make sure and flatten that out, and I did that with the meat tenderizer on the flat side. We don't actually need to tenderize the chicken, but in order to make it all smooth and flat, that's the way I do it. Throw it in a Ziploc bag. I even prep those ahead of time. So buy chicken on sale when it goes on sale and stock up. And I prep those bags with the oil and the seasoning already in it, flattened, and throw them in my freezer. Maybe it's Asian, maybe it's Southwestern, maybe it's lemon pepper. Whatever seasonings you tend to use at home, you can prep all that out, and then it's fast and easy. You just pull it out, all frozen, flattened, ready to go down into a grill pan or however you're gonna cook it. All right, so just a couple more minutes on that chicken and then it'll be finished. We're gonna stir this onion around. It's already starting to get some nice color on it. So how do you know if your pan is hot enough? When you put your food in it, if it sizzles, just like my grill pan did, just like my onions over here, if it sizzles, it's hot enough. If it smokes, it's too hot. Again, just a medium-high heat for that. All right, next thing we're gonna add into our onions over here. This is your easy step. So this is just a bag of frozen peas and carrots. A bag of frozen peas and carrots, and they can be frozen when you add them in. I always keep those on hand because it's a nice extra addition to any dish that I'm making. If I want some more vegetables in it, you can easily add in some frozen peas and carrots that way, or any other vegetables for that matter, especially in the winter when those fresh veggies aren't around quite so much. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pull our chicken off here. Beautiful. All right, so there we have our grilled chicken, and I've just set it into a bowl here on the side. I'm gonna show you here in a minute what I'm gonna do with that, but I need to let that rest so that not all the liquid runs out of it, all the juices don't run out of it, and then it gets dry. Thanks everybody for joining me. If you're live, type live in the comments below. Tell me if you've ever had fried rice before. Have you ever made it at home? If you're catching the replay, just type replay, and feel free to share this, and that way you'll have this recipe on your timeline too. All right, so we've got our onions, carrots, and peas over here. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and add some more seasoning. Now, we use this seasoning on our chicken, and I'm gonna add it to our vegetables too. So about a tablespoon of the Asian seasoning down inside of here. And the next thing I'm gonna add in is our rice. Now, I made the rice ahead of time. I made it in our rice cooker in the microwave. It was really easy, just 2 cups of dry rice and 4 cups of water. And I made that ahead of time in our rice cooker, which looks like this. If anybody has this at home, you can type in the comments, I have that. But this is brown basmati rice. This happens to be our favorite kind of rice. We eat almost exclusively brown rice, and we love the basmati rice. So brown rice adds that extra healthy factor to it. So you can always do that. And the brown basmati rice isn't quite as dense of a texture as some regular brown rice. So if your family kind of tends to shy away from brown rice, you should really try the brown basmati rice. Type in the comments below if you've ever tried brown basmati rice before. All right, again, so that was 2 cups of dry rice. That made into about 4 cups of rice. We're gonna mix that together with our vegetables. Now, another thing that you can do with your fried rice, a lot of times it has egg in it. And sometimes I add that and sometimes I don't. At this point, what I would do if I was gonna add a couple of eggs to this is just push everything to the side so that in the center here, I could break a couple egg yolks, whisk them up and scramble them, and then I would mix it into the rice. One of the things you're doing right now is using some of that leftover oils and drying out the rice. And that kind of gives it that fried rice texture. All right, so we're gonna let that set for just a minute here. Meanwhile, I'm gonna show you our chicken. So when I do the chicken, I grill it ahead of time like this, and then I take salad choppers is what these are called. I call them chicken choppers, but they're a double-bladed scissor here, and very easy to just cut everything up. It's really fast to use it, and I make a lot of dishes this way. Set this down and finish chopping that chicken. I'll show you how fast this is ready to go in. We're gonna add this into our rice. Anybody seen the salad choppers before? What are you guys having for dinner tonight? Is anybody having anything Asian, Chinese? Are you having Italian tonight? How about pizza? Mexican? All right, so there is our chicken all chopped up really fast, easy to do, easy to use. We're gonna add that all in, mix it around. I'm gonna add in some light or reduced sodium soy sauce. I have about 1/3 cup measured out here. What I find is don't overdo it, especially if you serve this on the table for your family too, probably because they're gonna add more to it. It just gives it some flavor now. And the last thing that I'm gonna add to this is a whole bunch of cut up fresh broccoli. We're gonna add that in. I'm gonna stir it around and just throw the lid down broccoli. It doesn't need very long. You want just a little bit of a crisp, tender broccoli when you're doing those fresh vegetables like that. And that's it. Really easy chicken fried rice. I'll post a picture in the comments below, and you're gonna love this recipe. Try it at home. Let me know how it goes for you. Feel free to share this and let me know what you think, or if you have any questions at all. Thanks for joining me, everybody.